Welcome to the Chick Shift Garage. In this video, I'm going to show you guys real quick how to replace the battery for our 2015 Chevy Silverado here. This works from 2014 to 2019 Silverado model years. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so step one, we're going to go ahead. We're going to remove this cross brace right here. There's a bolt here, and one right here. Size socket we're going to use is a 13 millimeter. So go ahead and just break them loose. Same thing, just breaking it loose. Okay, so you can see the bolt, pretty standard 13 millimeter. Okay, same size. Be careful not to drop it. This bolt's a little bit pointed. That will go on the side here. So, all right, should be able to pull out our brace. Just like so. All right, so next up we're gonna do is loosen the 10 millimeter nut on the negative side of the battery and just put it on there. You don't have to remove it completely, just loosen it up a bit. All right, and then we'll just gently lift up and slide it underneath this cable and just tuck it aside somewhere. Okay, so the next step is we're gonna take off the cap here for the red positive side. If you look down there, there's a little latch there. You just got to lift up and then it should open up like this. All right, so now we'll just loosen up this 10 millimeter nut here. Got the positive side. Next step we're going to do is we're going to take this black plastic cover off of the fuse block. And all you really got to do is just kind of lift up on it. Like that. Like so. All right, just set it aside. I'm going to take this off here too and set that aside as well. Now that we got this loose, the next step is we're going to remove this whole fuse box assembly off. Okay. Now you can just unclip this thing and lift it up. You're going to fight though with this post sitting here from the bracket. Okay. So what I suggest to do to make it maybe a little bit easier is we're going to loosen just this one nut here. Get this cable out of the way, and then once we move it, we can swing this all the way up and over. All right, so I'm just going to loosen this one up here, 13 millimeter. Grab it here. Okay, then we're just going to lift up on it and just tuck it in again out of the way. All right, so now that we got this cable out of the way, we're going to go ahead and remove the fuse box. Now, I'm going to show you real quick. There's a little clip that's on the side of the battery right here. And to get that loose, all we need to do is take a flathead screwdriver and we're going to shove it down there. And then it just basically pry it off. You can see how it comes up. We got this clip off here on this side. We're going to go ahead and we're going to grab the positive terminal that we loosened and pull that off like that. All right. Now, there should be one more clip, I think, on this side of the battery, kind of like that was on this side. But once you get this side up, it should come right off easily. So what we're going to do at this point is we're just going to, oh, there it goes. We're going to lift up and we're going to go right over this little post here. You can barely get it over so we don't have to disconnect this cord. So just lift up. All right. And we're just going to pull this back out of the way. I'm just using the transmission dipstick. If you don't have that, a bungee cord will work. Next step is on this side of the battery, and this is our clamp, okay, our tie down clamp, I guess you can call it. We're going to loosen that up with a 13 millimeter. Okay, then we'll just grab it like so. You got this post to contend with, but we'll see if we can just pull it out without shield right there. Yeah, hitting the surge tank in the back firewall as it is right now. So I'm gonna try to maybe turn the battery on its side and then come out with it that way. All right, so yeah, see if I try to lift it up, the bottom is hitting the surge tank and then the top hits the firewall. So I'm gonna gently roll it over on its side. And if I come up, so, there you go. And see now, got a good angle, I can just pull it right out. If you can't do that, it's too heavy to yank out like that, you're gonna have to loosen the 2 bolts for the surge tank. The first one is gonna be right here, okay, right down there. And then over here, the one on the left side, all right, that's another 10 millimeter. You loosen those 2 and the surge tank should become free to where you can move it out of the way. You could probably remove this too if you really want to. That bolt down there looks like another 13 millimeter. You could take this off too to give you a little bit more clearance space. Other than that, let's go ahead and put the new battery in. All right, so here's the new battery. We went with the Duralast Platinum from AutoZone. And here's the specs, part number right there, H7AGM, 850 cold cranking amps, 1000 cranking amps, 140 reserve capacity, and 80 amp hours. We're gonna go ahead and get this ready to go. All you gotta do, pop off your little red cover. That's your red side. You should see a little positive symbol there. All right, and the black side, that's your negative, obviously. So I'm just gonna show you what I got here to hoist myself up, because I'm a big guy. I'm 6'2", and I even need a stool to get up here to hoist the battery in. If you don't got a stool like this, I got this one at Harbor Freight. They have similar ones on Amazon, I'm sure. Or you can even use like cinder blocks here. Old cinder block, that would do the trick too. You know, whatever you got available to you, just to give you that extra height to leverage the battery in, because you don't want to be like dropping it. It's pretty high up here from the side of the truck. So when I lift up here and I step on the stool, my negative is to the back. It's to my left, all right? It's going to go back towards the firewall. Your positive is going to be up closer to the front of the engine, okay? I'm just using my hands. All right, so we're here. We're going to put it in on our side, like so. Like that. And once you got it in there, just kind of muscle it into place. You see that opening there? You want to make sure you have it good and snug there along those 2 metal brackets, okay? That's from the battery tray itself. And then there's one in the back. Just want to give it a good shake. You should push your force in this direction to this corner. All right, and then once you got it in there, then we can go ahead, we'll put our clamp in there at the bottom. And we'll just get it started. We'll just get it started by hand first. I ain't trying to strip no bolts today. Get it nice and snug. We're gonna tighten this down to 18 foot-pounds of torque. Alright. Next up I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these little felt pads on my battery terminals. And what this basically does, you can get these at the auto parts store when you get your battery. They just help prevent corrosion buildup on the posts over time. And you just take the red one, put it over the positive one. I don't know if it really matters, but just match them up accordingly. I got this pack off of Amazon, which I'll leave a link in the description if you want to get the same one as me. Okay, they usually got them in red and green, but I like the black, so I'm going to put that one over the negative side, like so. And that's all you got to do. You just set them in there like that and let them do their thing. Alright, so now we got those on. Next step is we're going to put our fuse box back into place. So I'm just going to kind of bring it back around the transmission stick. Okay, and then we're going to lift up. We're going to lift up right over this post here, very carefully. Okay, you see how it clears there? There's a little plastic thing that goes around the support bracket. Okay, we'll just clip that on there. So at this point, there's a plastic catch, kind of like a tab, plastic tab on the side. It's supposed to clamp onto the battery. So we're going to start on that side. Just kind of push it in. You hear the little clicking noise. It'll clamp in on this side. Okay, and then we'll do the same over here. We'll clamp in, and then we'll make sure our positive side battery post is in there. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to grab our cable that we took off earlier, and we're just going to attach it back to this last post here. We'll put our nut back on. So this nut is going to be tightened down to 11 foot-pounds of torque. Next step we're going to do, we're going to tighten up the positive post here and use our 10 millimeter. This gets torqued down to 62 inch-pounds, or just hand tight is fine too. All right, and that's done. Next step we're going to do is we're going to put our fuse box cover back on. All right, and it kind of goes like this. Just kind of line it up and then just push in, and it should all just magically click into place. We'll put our positive red terminal cover on, and it just snaps in there, flips over, and we just push in until it clips in on that side there. Next step we're going to do is we're going to put in our bracket again. So the bracket brace goes underneath this side and underneath this side, okay? And then over here, this goes behind like that, okay? A longer one, and we'll just start hand tight for now. Let's get it snug. Snug it down by hand. And then last but not least, our pointy one, which goes here. Now we're going to torque these down to spec. You can tighten these down hand tight. I'm going to give you this torque spec anyway, which is 80 inch-pounds. So, not much. Negative cable on the negative terminal. And these will go underneath the bracket, and then it was underneath that cable, okay? And then we'll just line it up, slide it on. We'll tighten this down to 62 inch-pounds, same as the positive side, or you can just do hand tight, snug. Woo, yeah! Everything's purring nice and pretty. I think we're good. What do you say to that, JB?
Like and subscribe.
All right, that's it for this video. The new battery is fully installed. It wasn't that bad at all. I'd say the trick is probably just turning the battery on its side and then just kind of rotating and pulling out at the same time. If you can't do that, then you definitely have to move the reservoir tank in order to clear it. Other than that, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you like our work, go ahead, hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell for more Trick Shift Garage videos, and we'll see you on the next one.